Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, I'm going to make a quick video on my fleet of 6.0s. Don't ask me why I have a fleet of them. I just do. Every one of them's well maintained, ain't beat to shit. Yeah, run excellent. This one here is a 6.0. It's a 2004. Great shape, ain't all rusted out, ain't beat to hell. Interior's good, real good. I'm gonna reupholster the driver's seat, top and bottom. It's about the only thing. That one there has the rear captain's chairs. This one over here, here's another one, almost identical. Again, don't ask me why I have them. I collect stuff. I buy things I like. I drive things I like. This one here, it's got the ranch hand up front. I wasn't certain about the rims. I had the stock ones, still have the stock ones. Excuse me. They weren't in very good shape, and I got a good deal on these rims. The tires on there are 305 70/16s. Those are 35s over there. That is a 4-inch lift. It's got new front leaf springs, and it's got blocks in the back. This one here has a leveling kit on the front and a 1-inch block in the back. I don't like the ass end sitting lower. I don't like that southern look. So anyways, yep, there's that one. Here's my 04 6.0. All these trucks are primarily rust free. Yeah, it's got the Rhino liner here. I don't mind the way it looks. Keep the doors protected. I mean, it's an 04, man. These things have survived, so clean them up and make sure they don't rust out and turn to shit. 2004. All these trucks have about roughly 200,000 miles on them. Dually 6.0. Oh, I'm sorry, this one's it's a 6.0. It is a 2007. I gotta fix the windshield. I don't like the cracks. This one here looks good. King Ranch saddle leather interior. Again, about 200,000 miles. Runs excellent. All these have new glow plugs, wiring harness. There are no issues with any of these trucks. Only thing I don't like about this one, I just don't like the tire setup. I've got to get a cap here. As you can see, the cap there in the middle on the rear, they just match. This one here, I just need to grab one. Excuse me. So yeah, this is my fleet of trucks. The only thing I don't like on this one, I don't like the tire setup. So I think I'm going to go with those 305 style over there, or 315s. They just look real good. Small lift on it will make these dualies look real badass. You know, the biggest problem is finding the shops that don't mind working on dualies and dealing with this, because most of these shops, man, they're just, I mean, the people that work in there are just, I mean, they're 9-to-5ers. They don't give a shit, and they really don't have a whole lot of knowledge in their field. What I find at some of these tire changing places. So looking for the right setup for it. So anyways, yeah, if you notice, none of them have running boards. It isn't because the rockers are rusted. It's because I don't like the look of running boards. I don't like them. I don't run 6-inch lifts, so I do not need running boards on them. I just don't like the way they look. This is my style. That looks clean. That's a nice looking truck, and got, you don't have anything hanging off of it. So, if you're going to run a 6-inch, this one here with the 4-inch is the most questionable about needing steps. I actually do have the car loop steps here in the shop that I'm probably going to end up putting on this. So that's about it. Other than that, I think this one here might get rear airbags too, because when you have a 4-inch lift, if you do tow something, that rear squat is something that looks ugly going down the road. It's not good to tow with that ass end sagging so bad. So this one here is probably going to get rear airbags. Other than that, this is these are my girls. So that's them. If you know how to work on 6.0s, there's a handful of issues these trucks can present. If you know how to diagnose them and you know how to fix them, and once you've done one, it's kind of rinse and repeat. Once you've had as many of these as I've had, they are not that difficult to track down the issues and get them corrected. They're just not. You know, everybody says 6 blow, they suck, whatever. You know, to each their own. I like 7.3s. I really love 7.3s. So I really like them. I like their sound. I mean, I like that they, you know, they don't have the def issue. They don't have the EGR. They're just they're a little more primitive truck. They were overbuilt. They were underpowered. So if you get one that hasn't been tuned, hasn't been towed with, and just hasn't been beat on, man, you got a new truck. You got a new motor. And the drivetrains on these, the transmissions are extremely inexpensive to repair. The quote I've got down the road at the transmission shop about 2 miles from here was $2,600 for a rebuild with all billet steel components of the 4R, or what is it, the 4R100 or the 4R100 transmission. So I think these are the 510. I think these are the 510 transmissions. They're a little bit more, but I mean, still under three. You're at $3,000. You know, you're not looking at, you know, with these 2022 Expeditions that I got here in the garage. I mean, you're not looking at that 10-speed, $8,000 plus transmission job. So, anyways, the longevity of them, the ease of maintenance. 6.0s are a little trickier, but once you have them, you know, if you're committed to figuring them out, man, there's just they're really good trucks. The transmissions, you know, the 510s versus the 4R100s, they're just, it's a smoother ride. You know, any of you guys that have had both of these, the 7.3s and the 6.0s, you can attest to the transmissions. That's probably the biggest difference. That, the power, etc. But, you know, along with more power and a smaller block comes more heat and et cetera, presents other problems. But the transmission is probably the biggest benefit of the 6.0s in this platform here. So that's my fleet. That's what I got for you. 7-minute video. Later.